Hey guys, it's Nate, aka TheFutAccountant. Welcome back to the channel. Playstyles are a huge discussion topic right now in FC 26, and I couldn't help but notice that some of the most recent cards in this game that have been put out by EA have had some very specific upgrades regarding meta playstyles. And I want to show you what I mean by that today, because it feels like EA know that we think we need certain playstyles to make cards usable. That might be part of the problem with playstyles. We're going to talk about that a bit today. Of course, it's a Sunday of content. There's actually an icon player pick that's going away today. Is something going to replace it, even though we still have the icon pack? And other SBCs are refreshing today, which makes me want to invest. And I think we're going to have a great window to do that today on Sunday. Let's get into it, lads. If you're excited for it, drop a thumbs up on the video, hype the video if you can, and subscribe if you are new. Now, let's dive into the video today by looking back at yesterday's Saturday content, which, of course, it needs to be discussed straight away. What is happening with the Future Stars Youth Cup? Because right away at content yesterday, they did not refresh the 6 daily entries that they said they were going to. Now, of course, you can see it has been refreshed. EA actually took the tournament away for, I think it was a couple of minutes, and then refreshed it a little bit later. They tweeted out also that it is now fixed. So if you guys missed this yesterday at content, it is now working before it'll hopefully refresh again today on Sunday at the actual content drop time. But that is nice, of course, so everybody could get that Future Stars Academy token, the second contract token Evo that is inside of there. Now, the other objective content that was new yesterday was the On the Rise Flash Rush event, and EA was sneaky with this one, slipping in 700 SP as a part of the group reward, making this a little more appealing, to be completely honest, in the next 2 days before this expires. An 80x4 and 81x3. This might be the best reward of the entire Flash Rush event. A pinged pass base playstyle for a max 87 rated card. That is pretty good. Of course, you can take a player up to 8 playstyles with this, and there's going to be plenty of players that will potentially look to use this on, because that is a solid little Evo there with the playstyle of pinged pass base. And of course, you only have to complete 4 of the 5 of these. So if you can get all of your wins in the first 3 matches and assist and score as well in the first 5 matches, then you can get this done without having to get all of the points. But make sure you're playing in the right rush mode, the On the Rise Flash Rush event, because there's probably a couple rush modes that are out right now, so make sure you're playing in the right one. Now, let's go to Evolutions, where we did have a new Evo yesterday. We actually had a couple of cosmetic Evos as well for the promo. If you guys want to put on some Future Stars designs to cards, you can do that inside the cosmetic section there. But the new Evo that we had yesterday was not the big exciting one that was leaked late Friday. It was instead the Hold and Play 2 times repeatable max 86 rated Evo that gives +1 overall. It gives intercept based playstyle. It gives a little bit of an interceptions and passing boost. You get slide tackle, standing tackle, defensive awareness, heading accuracy, and then the long ball pass playstyle up to 7. So it's not a crazy Evo. Maybe it's actually useful for those of you guys that are trying to create some really interesting chains with your second Future Stars Academy contract. I mean, there might be an opportunity there where you could chain something together. But you know what? It's a small little Evo boost there, and there are some decent stats that you can get. So it's not crazy. It's just, it's there. Man, the max 86 Evos, the Evos that haven't taken us to 2 playstyle pluses, like, I feel like all of us are just waiting for something big here. And that maybe sounds like not grateful, because we've had really good Evos with these Academy cards, and you can create some really insane players of this, but it still feels like, even with the Academy, that regular Evos are just so far behind the curve. Feels like EA's dragging Evos along with the cards and packs and even the SBCs mostly having 2 playstyle pluses now. Evos are still stuck behind, and they need to catch up. I don't know why EA's dragging them behind. They need to catch up pretty soon. Maybe they're going to with this next promo, and we're going to talk about the next promo just for a little bit in today's video as well. Now, of course, last thing about Evolutions before we talk about SBCs, there is still that Bombazo Evo that is leaked, and as we were mentioning in yesterday's video, if he's tweeting about this, if FutAccountant is posting about this on a Friday night after content, and it must be a decent Evo if he's tweeting about it then. So I still think you want to keep an eye out on those max 87 rated cards like the Yaya Toure, the Zico Winter Wild cards. Actually, yesterday on the video, you guys saw me buy 2 of the Kamavinga cards. I crazily sold them for 460 and 477. That was crazy. That's like 100K up from where I bought those. So that was pretty nuts. But I think you want to watch out on those max 87 rated cards because there, of course, is another opportunity for that Evo to be dropping today. If he leaked this 2 days ago now, surely it's going to be coming today, right? On a Sunday, maybe a good Evo. So that's what we're kind of looking forward to there. Just be aware of more news about that coming today on Sunday before the content drop. And then yesterday in SBCs, this is where the conversation really begins about all the playstyles and that stuff, because we had one player SBC yesterday. It was Yeremy Pino. 3-star skills in February is not it. Finesse plus is it with 95 pace, 89 passing and dribbling. This is a very good looking card. And the playstyles are great as well. Pinged and Tiki Taka, Tech, Rapid, Quick Step, Game Changer, and the Finesse Plus. It's like, why has this guy got 3-star skills though, man? Like right mid, right wing, left mid, left wing. That is a very solid card. And maybe one of the best parts about this is he only has an 84 rated squad, 2 of them as the highest rated. Now, sure, you do need a couple of Team of the Weeks inside of this, but like, that is super duper easy to complete. It's very similar, actually. It reminds me of the Diamante SBC that we had. It's also very cheap, has the Finesse Plus. I mean, he's a left mid, Yeremy Pino's a right mid, and this one's just almost cheap enough that you can't really hate it, to be completely honest, except for the 3-star skill moves being a little bit annoying. Now, this is the second SBC of the year for Pino. Of course, he had this card that came out as a live item as well, but honestly, as cheap as it is, it's okay. But I saw this card, and that made me really start to realize that playstyles at the moment, as everybody's talking about playstyles, and a lot of people are saying they want playstyles to be removed because they think playstyles are one of the biggest problems with this game. I don't disagree that playstyles are a problem. I just don't think EA are going to remove them because playstyles were a huge part of the game when they were added. What was it, FC24? They added playstyles in, they added FCIQ and this whole new tactic system, and that was a whole part of like the overhaul for the new FC brand. It seemed like when we went to Vancouver and we saw the stuff this last summer, I think whatever was added this year, I even forget what it was inside of the game. The club is yours. Whatever big part of gameplay was added this year. I don't think it was roles. That was all in FC25 and 24, but they were like talking about how the playstyles coming out was a thing. It was kind of like a 3-step process. I'm trying to just dust off the cobwebs and remember this. There was a 3-step process and playstyles were a part of that, and FCIQ was a part of that as a whole part of the new FC brand, right? And it just seems like they're not going to get rid of the playstyles because that's such an integral part of the gameplay. And honestly, I don't think they need to get rid of the playstyles. I think they just need to balance them better. And EA, with what they're doing recently with these cards, is confirming to us that they know that we as the community don't want to use cards that don't have the good playstyles. Like, look at Yeremy Pino, right? Tiki Taka, Pinged, Finesse, Rapid, Quickstep, Technical. Great card. If you look at his other versions of cards, which is just his gold, right? His gold's got Rapid, so that stayed through to the card. And of course, when a card gets upgraded, it gets more playstyles, but it's all about what playstyles they are giving. This card only got Tiki Taka and Game Changer with the live upgrade that it got. And maybe Yeremy Pino is not the best example, but take a look at this Doumbia, right? They gave Doumbia Tiki Taka, and that makes a card like this kind of like interesting in the game, because if he didn't have Tiki Taka and instead he had like Relentless or Trickster or like Game Changer would still be fine, but if this card didn't have Tiki Taka, I think a lot less people would be doing it. They would say, oh, it's unusable. But the fact that he has it is like, oh, wait, this Doumbia actually might be pretty interesting because playstyles are so, weighted heavily in the game. They're so important that we look at the playstyles of the card. And then this makes me go back and look at older versions of these cards back to last year. This Foot Birthday Doumbia, he didn't have Tiki Taka. This 97 rated Doumbia at the end of the year, he didn't have Tiki Taka either, right? He had Power Header, he had Chip Shot, he had Press Proven and Relentless. This card had Press Proven, First Touch, Relentless, and Aerial. So like, it seems like this year EA is focusing on giving cards more meta playstyles so that they know the community will A, like them, and then B, use them. Like, take a look at Wilson Odobert. Another example, if we're focusing on Tiki Taka, right? None of Odobert's special cards ever have had Tiki Taka. I know that he hasn't been in the game for super long, but this one's got Finesse, Game Changer, Low Driven, good playstyles, right? Tiki Taka, Whipped Pass, Technical, and then the Quick Step Plus. You go back to last year with this 96 rated card, come on you Spurs, after the big Europa League win, he had a Whipped Plus, Low Driven Plus, and Rapid. No Tiki Taka, right? Then you go to FC24 when he was at Burnley, his inform only had Technical. Of course, there was no Tiki Taka on that card either. So I'm just looking at, and as I was looking at a lot of the cards that have been released recently in packs and in SBCs, it's kind of the same trend. It just looks like cards that maybe you wouldn't think you'd use, they're giving decent playstyles to, like this Beaver Jones. I would have never thought to use Beaver Jones, but I look, 4-star, 4-star, 2 playstyle pluses, low driven and first touch plus, but she has finesse base, game changer base, Tiki Taka base as well. And her base gold card has precision header and game changer. So I just find it so interesting that EA is literally catering to us as the community, to the meta of the game with the play styles that they keep putting on these cards. Last point I want to make, and then we'll close it out and keep talking about Sunday content today. If you look at the Team of the Year cards this year compared to last year, the play styles that these cards have are way better, except for Koundé. Koundé, of course, has the jockey, the whipped pass, and the slide tackle, which is just not good. He's kind of an anomaly. But most of the rest of this team has very meta playstyles. This Pedri, I can't get over how good he is. He's insane. He's got Tiki Incisive and Technical Plus. You look at Vitinha, he's got Tiki, Finesse, and Technical. You've got VVD with Intercept, Anticipate, and Aerial. Declan Rice has the Intercept and the Ping and the Dead Ball. Like, if you go back and look at some of the playstyle pluses on FC25 Team of the Year, it wasn't like every card had 2 good ones and 1 mid one. It was like sometimes they had 1 good one, kind of like Koundé. He had Jockey Plus and then a Whipped and Slide Tackle, and the rest of the team was like that, except for a couple cards that were just outrageous, right? But when you looked at this year's Team of the Year, you're like, oh wow, almost all of those cards have almost the perfect playstyle pluses for that player, or they have the perfect base playstyles along with really good playstyle pluses. So that's just kind of my whole thought on this, and I noticed that yesterday, especially looking at that Beaver Jones. And when I packed a couple of players from the Future Stars promo team, I was looking at their playstyles and I was like, Jack McGlynn, I was like, dang, he actually looks pretty good. Or Odobert, wow, he actually looks pretty good. This Sangare, he actually looks pretty good, which is great. And I'm not complaining that they're doing this. I'm just noticing that they're doing this. This is great for us because we like these cards more because they're better, but it really does show EA know how important playstyles are. And maybe this is why they did this whole poll, last week or a couple of weeks ago, asking us about, how important playstyles are to the game. And of course, it's kind of blocked off there by something, but 88% of people in the Discord out of 10,000 votes said that playstyles clearly have more impact than attributes. And now we just await whatever EA is going to do to maybe balance kind of the pendulum out between playstyles and attributes. But yeah, I'm just more curious now more than ever after seeing all these future star cards get released with the playstyles that they have, even recently the last couple of promos, because I think playstyles need to be important, and I'm okay with them being in the game. I don't think EA is going to take them out, but I do think that they need to be mixed better. I think they need to be leveled out so that we also care about stats, and a card isn't just good when it has good playstyles. That's the key, because if a card has great playstyles and great stats, amazing. If a card has great stats and good playstyles, still a couple of not good ones in there, but it still makes them usable, like that's where we need to be at. I don't like looking at cards and looking at stats and then saying, okay, but what are the playstyles because that matters more. I think it needs to be a balance. I think it needs to be kind of 50-50 in that regard. So speaking of these future star cards, that's the real conversation I want to have today right there. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about playstyles, because that is definitely a hot topic in this game right now, but that's honestly how I feel. And we'll still keep a very, very much of a spotlight on the playstyles until something changes. Now, let's talk about the market for a bit with these cards. Of course, the Future Stars impact dropped as expected. They almost always do. They did actually show some good signs of demand, though. in the morning, yesterday on Saturday. You take a look at Nico Paz. I can switch from the stats tab to the market tab now because we're going to look at some numbers. Like yesterday, he went from 580K up to about 650K, had one crazy spike before content, and then it's just kind of been falling since. But like, 580 to 650, that's a decent little rise. I bought the Paul Scholes, and I was afraid that he wasn't going to sell very well. I bought Paul Scholes right here at 550. He went down to 550 again, and then he went up all the way to 660,000 coins. So that was a really good, rise for him. And if you take a look around most of the rest of the Future Stars team, that was kind of the trend. Cards went low, rebounded a little bit, and now they are even lower after more pack supply from Weekend League rewards. Now, today makes an interesting opportunity for these cards. If some of them rose up yesterday, then surely they might be able to rise up a little bit today, right? Or yesterday after content, when they were really low already, right before content really low, after content they went up a little bit. Like Alex Scott here went from 220 up to 250. Now she's 179. But we have squad battle rewards today and still a good amount of Weekend League demand and still a lot of intrigue with these Future Star cards. Yes, I'm going to talk about informs in a second. I have invested. But I think you might be able to flip a couple of these cards today. And if you guys remember, last week, Monday night was a very low point for Future Stars Team 1, and a lot of people saw how Team 1 rose out of packs. Guys, do we need to remind ourselves at how much some of these cards rose? Elliot Anderson's up 100,000 coins. Alyssa Thompson went from 680K to 1 mil. Due was 1.6, now he's 2.1. Voltamata was 375, and now he's 475. People are going to want to invest in this team too of Future Stars. I think you might need to start looking at their prices later tonight. Sunday night tonight on this game, early Monday morning, is going to be an opportunity to keep an eye on these cards and to watch them because people are going to want to invest. These cards probably won't rise as well as Future Stars Team 1 did, but if there's going to be investors there, if you get in before them, you still might be able to make some profits. That's one thing I wanted to watch on those, but if you just want to buy somebody from Future Stars Team 2 for your team as well, I think you'd want to be looking late night Sunday tonight to do that. I'm still trying to pack. I'm going as hard as I can, man, to try to pack this Wilson Oderbert because the Evo that he fits into right now, you guys know me, I like to pack the card. I don't want to buy it off the market. I know it's only 65,000 coins, but it's that first owner badge that means the most. If I could pack this guy and then put him into the 10 token Evo from Icon Swaps, my goodness. And the chain is he fits into the Tiki Technician evolution that expires today at content. That's really why I'm trying to hurry up and pack him. By the way, if you still have this Evo available, 35,000 coins, gives a lot of playstyles. Literally, Oderbird is perfect for this. But if I could put him into this, then put him into the Evo for the Icon Swap tokens for 10 of those, whew, we would be absolutely cooking. But until we get to that point, we are a little bit stuck with that Evo Tiki Tactician. And so that's what I'm trying to do right now. But I will absolutely be watching these cards and the icons and heroes for potential investments tonight on Sunday night tonight on Sunday night heading into Monday morning, as well as maybe some flips around squad battle rewards too early today after this video goes out. Now, let's talk about other parts of the market and maybe investing a bit because we've got a big SBC that's returning today, and that makes me want to invest in Fodder. That's the year in review player pick. That's the one that's going to be refreshing. Of course, that's the one that requires 2 team of the weeks. And before we go back and look at that Fodder, I'm bouncing all over the place. This is the SBC that we're mentioning, right? This is the one that requires 2 informs, an 85 and an 84 rated squad. It's very hype. Also, you can't expect something good from it, but it's just different and unique, and that's why a lot of people like it, myself included. It's just fun. But I think 84s at 700 coins minimum price, good investment today, division rival or at squad battle rewards. 85 rated cards at like 2.5K, good investment today as well with squad battle rewards. 86s, 2.7K, maybe 2.8, good investment today at squad battle rewards. 88s are down under 10,000 coins. That's nice to see. I think these card prices really depend on what we get today SBC content wise. Do we get another icon pick or do we get a hero pick? Because the hero pick that we have, the icon pick is expiring. So there's an icon pack that is out right now. It's the 88 plus encore icon. That's the one that I got super lucky getting Beckenbauer out of. But there's also the 1 of 3 icon pick, and that expires today. I don't know if they're going to give us another icon pick or if they're going to give us a hero pick. If it's a hero pick, it's going to have zero hype. It won't be very expensive, but I don't think it'll move fodder too much. But if it's an icon pick, then you could actually see some prices move a bit more. I just think today at Squad Battles is going to be a great time to get on bids for the 85 to 88 rated cards. Also throwing the 84s into that range as well. Look at the price of 89 rated. Wow. All right, you know what? I might also say it might be a decent time to get involved in these cards as well. I don't think they're going to have as crazy of a rise as they did last week, but we still have the Messi Ronaldo SBC that is out. I think the TOTY is still out as well. Butragueño has 2 days left. TOTY has 5 days left. CC has 7. And then, of course, the Ronaldo Messi player pick, which is, you know, very expensive, but some people may have started it and still plan to finish it before it goes away. That has 6 days left on it as well. So you could have not quite the exact replica of this situation from last week with 89s, 90s, and 90s going absolutely bananas into the second half of the week. But maybe you have just a little bit of it. Like maybe they go down to 18K where they are now and they come back up to like 25K, like maybe 24K. I think that's possible for the 89 rated cards because of the SBCs that are still available. If we get 1 or 2 more good SBCs, which we do have a couple more leaks for SBC still, that could be an investment opportunity. Again, today at Squad Battle Rewards, I'd say the same things about the 90s and the 91s. That's more of a riskier play. The less risky play to me feels like the 85s and even the 88s, because I would be very shocked if those at least didn't go back up a little bit more into the next couple of days as well. The sell time on all this fodder, by the way, would be later in the week, probably like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Same thing with informs. Now, I didn't wait to talk about informs until the end just because I have a bunch of them invested in, but informs, guys, are in such high demand. They're down to about 15,000 coins, and I'm glad we talked about waiting in yesterday's video. The reason why I don't think we can wait any longer is because that SBC, the year in review player pick, which of course requires 2 informs in it, does refresh today. So I went out and I spent about 600,000 coins. Yeah, 600,000 coins I spent on Team of the Week cards here at about 15 to 15.2. And I would recommend investing in Team of the Weeks if you want to go for it. I think this is going to be the low point because people are going to start investing in these today because the player pick's refreshing. And, you know, that player pick refreshes on Tuesday as well. So if you're going to invest in these, try to get them in as close to 15,000 coins as you can or below. Maybe 15.2 or 15.5 maximum for an 86 rated card or for an 87 rated inform. And then hopefully these go up to like 20K during the week. That'd be my hope. So that's why I'm putting a good chunk of my coins into this. What I'll be doing is just putting these on my transfer list and lazy listing throughout the week. Now, if you want to have a little bit more fun with the inform investing, make sure you're looking at the informs. If you're going in bidding, make sure you check on some of these cards that are in Team of the Weeks. They were from like multiple weeks ago. Like this Victor Gomez, he's 23,000 coins. He was on an open bid at 15K. This Ueda card from Feyenoord, he's like 19, 20K as well since he's from an older Team of the Week. All it takes is maybe, you know, 2 people that want to buy this card and his card price goes from 19K to like 24,000 coins because he's super rare, but somebody listed him at open bid right there. So when you're going through and you're bidding on informs, just kind of take note of the ones that you see all the time. Like right here, I'll just show you guys. Team of the Week, max price. Let's do 15,000 coins because that's kind of where we want to bid. Max price 15K. I'm going to go through here and be like, okay, yep, he's in the current Team of the Week. He's in the current Team of the Week. Okay, he was in Team of the Week a couple weeks ago. Same thing with Shaqiri. Like that's, I'd actually bid a little bit more. Like I'd go 250 coins over what I want to bid on a card like those two because they were in a previous Team of the Week. And now we just saw that informs are selling for 15.5 at the moment. But I'm pretty sure Shaqiri's in the previous one. If he's in this one, then that'll be funny. But that's kind of what you're wanting to do here. You can double check on Flipin to see like who's in the current Team of the Week and then compare. But you might make more coins, a couple hundred coins, or maybe even a couple thousand coins per card during the week if you're finding some more of those like rare Team of the Weeks, if you will. Especially they're easy to find if they're 83 rated and below, because all Team of the Weeks right now are 84 plus. But that's probably the biggest content that we have to discuss today. The year in review player pick that's refreshing, potential icon player pick refreshing, and or a hero pick coming in to replace this. Watch out for the leaks pre-content to see what that looks like. And then of course we got to talk about the SBCs. either Danny Olmo or Cafu surely is a part of today's content, right? Like, it's looking like it could be a good day of Sunday content. If we get Danny Olmo, which once again, this is his official card, and if it's priced right, again, very good playstyles. This could be a very good SBC. Give him 5-star scales, EA. That would be kind of fun, actually, if they did that. But this could be a great SBC, as could Cafu be a good SBC. Those are kind of the main two that we have leaked right now. We have the Esposito Future Stars card that we've been mentioning as well, too. And it's leaked, but I think it would either be one of these two today, to be completely honest. And then, of course, we have the Max 87 Bombazo Evo leak that we don't know much about, but it could be coming today as well. So just keep an eye out for Twitter leaks before content today regarding that. And if there are leaks, then you know what's going to happen, right? Those Max 87 center mids are going to go up. And if it is a 2 playstyle plus Evo that's like pretty good, other center mids may go down. So maybe this is a situation where you do just try to tread water. I don't know. That's not what I'm trying to say. Try to be careful. Tread water. What am I talking about? Tread carefully. Yeah, tread carefully. Be careful with your center midfielder cards as we put all of our team weeks up on the transfer list, so they're out of our way. Just be careful with midfielders. And maybe if you want to trade with somebody today, you avoid trading with the midfielder in case this Bombazo Evo does get leaked and we learn a bit more about it. So that's probably today's content on Sunday right there in a nutshell. Get in those investments, guys. Good luck on your squad battle rewards too. That's one of the things about squad battle rewards today that makes me really interested in investing, is the fact that a lot of people are going to get rewards. Like, shoot, I just played a few games for icon swaps this week and I'm sitting at gold 3. Is this true? I'm sitting at gold 3. Hold on, let me look. Am I going to actually finish here? My weekly points are 11,100, and this is at 10,532 with 2 hours left. Hopefully I end up finishing here, but like, I'm getting an 84 plus team of the week, an 82-10 tradable, an 83.5, and an 85 to 89. So absolutely worth maybe even, you know, getting on squad battles this next week if you're watching this video after the rewards have come out, to play your icon swap games, because a lot of people have been, which is going to mean more rewards today. That was my initial point that I was going to talk about there. And that could make even more supply hit the market for the fodder, open bids in forums. Get on those bids, guys. There should be some good money there and some good profits there. But that's going to be the video for me today, guys. We won't be streaming today, but I will catch you guys on a couple of tweets. I'll be looking at the content, and before content today, as best I can, I will be trying to pack this Odoberg card. Actually, let's go do one crazy thing. I just spent 80K times 3. I spent 240,000 coins on these 80K player picks. I know it's dumb, but they're kind of like cheap enough, and I'm thinking like team of the year too much, man. I need to save my coins, but I'm thinking of the profit I'm going to make on those informs, which is funding these, and that's really bad. But let's do one for the video. Come on, come on. Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Nope, that's it with those. Yep, GG's, man. I'm going to end there with that Akimi. I got the R2 glitch, so I can barely send it to my club. I will catch you guys in another video tomorrow. Have a happy Sunday. Best of luck with your Foot Champs games, and let's make some freaking profit, man. Get some investments out there. Get some trades going, and we'll make those coins, all right? Love you guys. Thanks for watching, as always. I will see you in a video tomorrow. Peace out.